Here's a simple strategy that helps your child build their self-confidence. It requires $0 and zero materials, and it is so easy to implement throughout the day, even after the smallest moments. Ask your child, what are you proud of yourself about? Or what is something you're proud of that you just did? Whether your child achieves something big or even if nothing major happens, ask this question to your child constantly. I ask it often, and after the child does something great or gets a correct answer, I also love to ask this question after a child feels disappointment in themselves or after a child recognizes that they made a mistake. Now, why is this important? Remember, self reflection isn't just after making a mistake. This question encourages self reflection on their own actions in such a positive way. By often asking them to identify moments that they feel proud of, we're fostering a mindset of self appreciation and personal accountability. This habit teaches our children to find worth in their efforts, even if the outcome isn't perfect. It also helps them become more in tune with their emotions and accomplishments, which makes them more confident and resilient over time. Because here's the truth. You cannot make your child proud of themselves. You can't, and this is not going to happen overnight. All we can do is create safe spaces and teach them the skills to find pride from within. Which skills does this question build? First, it builds a ton of self-awareness because we're asking children to reflect on their actions throughout the day. And this develops their ability to recognize and articulate their own strengths, their emotions, and their efforts. This also builds self-confidence because they're constantly acknowledging things that they are proud of that helps build their self-confidence. And as children, they're beginning to internalize positive affirmations about themselves rather than seeking constant external validation. This also builds growth mindset. This approach creates a growth mindset by focusing on the effort rather than the outcome. This is how to teach them that any progress, no matter how small, is something to be proud of. By asking this question, we also build emotional resilience. By finding something to be proud of, even when things don't go as planned, children are learning to manage disappointment and bounce back from it, which develops emotional resilience. And this also builds the skill of critical thinking. This can be a really hard question to answer, especially after they've experienced a disappointment or setback. So we're encouraging children to identify what they're proud of, and that requires them to think critically about their actions and their whole experience. This develops their analytical and problem-solving skills. So ask your child this question often. After big events, small events, even after eating their whole breakfast, anything, just ask them this question. Don't do it to the point that they get sick of it. Make it intentional, but it's a very important question to ask themselves. If this is brand new to you and you haven't even thought about it, then this is probably a good sign that you are not doing this to yourself as well. So as the parent, ask yourself this question as well. What are you proud of yourself about as a parent or as an adult or as just a human being? And embodying this internal dialogue will show and infuse and teach your kids this as well. So if you like this video, be sure to thumbs up and leave a comment because again, I love reading your comments, but also please be sure to share this with another adult, parents especially, because I will continue to share awesome strategies that build strong relationships with your children and create safe spaces for them to build their own self-confidence.